Good morning. It is Thursday. It's 7:30. It is maybe going to become a little bit sunny, but right now it's pretty gray and gloomy. But here we are. Movement for your spine, my spine, all the spines. So, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to back up. I'm going to go ahead and take a nice comfortable standing position, whatever that might be for you. Feet underneath your hips, perhaps a little bit wider, a little bit of softness in the knees. On your next inhale, go ahead and scoop your shoulders up towards your ears. Keep them scooping up towards your ears as you take bigger, fuller breaths. On the exhale, just let them drop down. And again, inhaling up. Exhaling down. One more time, scooping up and scooping down. A little wiggle through the body. And then take a moment just to let the weight settle into your legs and allow yourself to grow a little bit taller. And just begin to notice your breath. Nice big inhales. Nice big exhales. Notice for yourself as you're standing nice and tall if you're adding a little bit of extra clenching into your low back that is not necessary, perhaps in the glutes. Maybe you're gripping your legs, holding your shoulders tight. Just take a moment on the next inhale and notice all of those things in your body. Continuing to stay nice and tall with your breath. On your next exhale, you're going to take your right arm and just slowly begin to walk it down your leg. Just keep breathing. Just go to where you start to feel some sensation in the left side. Letting that right shoulder drop away from the ear. Continue to walk. Keep breathing. One more full breath cycle. And then slowly with the left hand, begin to walk yourself back up to vertical. When you get nice and tall, take a breath here. Inhale and then exhale. And then with the left hand, begin to walk down the other side. Nice full breaths. Feeling that length to the right side. Dropping that left shoulder. With the right hand, begin to walk back up. Pause at center. On the next inhale, scoop the left arm up. With that right hand, walk down the side, reach the left hand over. This time you can let that left hip reach a little bit away from you. Feeling that side bend from the outer edge of the left foot all the way up and through and out your fingertips. Let that right arm be nice and heavy. You can almost lean so much that you could free the right leg. On the inhale, begin to shift the weight back to center. Right arm is walking up, left arm is floating down. Nice full breath at center. Left hand's going to go down, right arm's going to reach up. On the exhale, continue to lean away. Nice full breaths. And again, noticing that sensation. Right foot up and through and out. Almost free the left leg, if that's comfortable. Inhaling, walking back up. Letting that right arm float down. Letting the left arm float down. Take a moment, notice how that feels. Inhale your shoulders up, draw your shoulders back, and let your shoulders relax down to the center of your back. Staying nice and tall, you're going to gently bend your knees. Wiggle your right hip to the right side, come through the center, wiggle your left hip to the left side, come back through the center, right hip's gonna go to the right. Knees are nice and bent, weight is centered over your feet, hips are just going from one side to the other. So it's like the side bend from the shoulders, but now we're just instigating it from the hips instead. Back and forth. I can start to lean towards it. Knees are bent, lean towards it. Whatever feels good here. Back and forth. Just noticing your spine. All this mobility from side to side. Come back to center. Wiggle side to side slowly so that you rise back up and you're standing nice and tall. Nice full breath here. From here, I'm going to turn sideways for a profile. You're going to continue to stand nice and tall, looking forward. Go ahead and watch first, and then I'll talk you through it again. So I'm standing nice and tall. On my exhale, I'm going to tuck my chin super slowly. I'm not crunching my chin down, but I'm just letting my head round down. From here, I'm bending my knees, and then I'm letting the weight of my head slowly begin to pour myself upside down. My arms are hanging in the socket. I'm just slowly rolling down. And again, it's the weight of my head. I'm just letting it take me to whatever feels comfortable. So maybe you've already stopped rolling when you do yours. You're going to come down to here, to wherever it feels good. And there'll be a little bit more drop in the tailbone, pressing through the feet. You're going to unwind and unroll yourself all the way back up, extending up and out the crown of your head. Okay, this time you'll do it with me. Nice full breath, standing nice and tall. Weight evenly in the feet. A little bit of belly engagement to help support your low back. Weight of the head. Chin tucks forward. Still lengthen the neck. Knees are bending. The weight of the head is pulling you forward gently. Gravity is winning. You're letting the arms hang in the socket. You're feeling that length in the spine. It's rounding. A little bit of belly hugging in. Still rounding forward to wherever feels good. When you find that place that feels good, just breathe energy from that tailbone all the way up and out the crown of your head. One more full breath. Gently invite your belly button to hug in a little bit more to your spine for some support. Bend a little more in the knees. Press against the floor or the earth or wherever you're standing on. Unroll yourself all the way back up. Take a moment. Notice how that feels for yourself. And then again, we'll do that. But this time really first inhale yourself tall. On your exhale, let your head start to soften forward. Belly hugs in, rolling down. Knees soften as is comfortable for you. Rolling down. Nice full breaths on the way down. Dropping the tailbone, still feeling length as you unwind your spine. Growing yourself back, nice and tall. Shoulders relaxed down your back. And exhaling. Turning back to the center. Take a moment to notice how you feel from when you started to now. Just planting those feet, growing yourself nice and tall through your breath. And then super full breath. Grow nice and tall. Draw the belly in just a little bit. On your exhale, you're going to take your gaze over your left shoulder. And then you're going to get curious and just continue to look over your left side and let your whole body just rotate. So maybe your feet have to adjust and you're going to look all the way around. What's over there? Unwinding. Feet are going to come right back to parallel, back to center where you started. We'll do that on the other side. So super simple. You're turning your head to the right. You're looking like what's over there. And then you're letting your legs and hips and everything adjust as necessary. So you can fully scan what's behind you. Grow nice and tall at the center. Feet again are parallel. Gently draw your belly in. Nice full breath. Look to your left. What's back there? Let your whole body go with you. Unwind back to center. Replant the feet to parallel. Look over your right shoulder. Let your body go with you. Come back to center. Look over your left. And center. Look to your right. And center. Grow nice and tall. Wiggle it out at the top. We're going to keep doing that same thing, but this time we're going to let the arms be engaged. So I'm going to look to my left, keeping my feet parallel this time. And let my arms swing. And I'm pausing because there's an eagle that just landed. I don't think you can see it, but like right behind me. So I had a moment. And other side. Let the arms swing through center. And they're just going to wrap. And center, left. Center, right, center, left, center, right. And just let it become very natural, just letting the arms start to swing from side to side. And then as that momentum gets going, use the breath to start to slow it down, exhaling. Inhale, exhale, inhale, gently unwinding, coming back slowly to the center. Take a moment, lift up your left leg, shake it out. Take a moment, pick up your right leg, shake it out. Pick up both legs, take a walk in place. Left leg, right leg, left, right. I know we don't quite walk around like this, but it's just good to pick your leg up a little bit higher towards your hips, like we're marching into good health. Here we go. Yay, spine. Right? All right, keep marching. Feel that engagement in your back, maybe in your glutes, maybe a little bit of belly. This is like secretly a core exercise and you don't even know, right? So, a couple more. Slow it down. And march it back. Right into place. Grow nice and tall. Plant those feet parallel. Glance down. See that your toes are pointing forward. Take a little bend. See that your knees are stacking over the center of your foot. Find those hips. Take a moment to draw the belly in. Find your low ribs and your hip bones. And then squeeze them towards one another. So a little crease here in your thighs probably disappeared for a second. And then you're going to relax that. Let your hips drop down. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take it away from you. So now your hips are going back. It's a little bit of curve, not a crunch. And then back to center so everything's in line. And then together. So if you need to watch one more time, everything comes together. It lengthens. And then it goes away from each other. Comes together. Even closer. It lengthens. And away. Go ahead, stand up. Wiggle that out. Do that same idea, but standing with tall legs. So you're going to draw those low ribs and hips together. First, finding stillness and straight. And then we're going to draw them together. The hips are going to, little bit of tuck. Ribs are going to hug in. Like to think about someone trying to tickle you perhaps, and you're, no. And then everything's straight. And then tiniest bit, you're going to tilt your hips forward. Ribs are going to flare out like, hello. Not quite the Titanic, but almost. And then straight, so the pelvis drops down, ribs come in, everything's lined up. And then together. Pelvis tucks forward, ribs, and straight, and away. And straight, and more hollow. And lengthen, and arch, straight, hollow, straight, wiggle it out. All right. Hopefully wherever you are, you'll be able to come down onto the floor. You're going to come down onto your hands and knees. And you're gonna do that same thing. Arch, straight, and hollow. As you do that, you're gonna take the hands nice and wide so that they're evenly spread underneath you on the ground. You're gonna go through what some people might know as a cat and cow. Arch, lengthen. This is arch I meant. Lengthen. Squeeze it. Finding a nice flow through your spine here that feels good. If this does not feel accessible or good for you in your wrist, I invite you to come down onto your forearms. Still find that same movement through your body and your back. One more time. Then you're going to go ahead and come towards a sitting position, whatever that might be for you. Continue to grow nice and tall. And just like we did earlier when we were standing, we looked from one side to the other. We're going to do that same idea. So I'm going to take my head to the left and just walk my hands around, look over my left shoulder. Take an extra breath here, grow tall in the inhale. Grow taller on the exhale. On the inhale, slowly unwind from that low belly back to the center, grow nice and tall. And then when you're ready, look over your right shoulder. And then take your hands with you around to the right. Just find that twist that feels good. Inhale it up. Exhale it out. Inhale back to center. And again, this one we're going to hold a little bit longer, so growing a little bit tall through your spine. Looking over your left, use the hands to help walk you around, grow extra tall. And as you sit here in this twist, find the breath that is of most ease for you. Slowly unwind it back to center. Take a breath here and inhale. And the exhale. And we'll continue to the other side. Looking over your right. The hands follow. Grow tall. Feed the body shape with your breath. Again, finding the shape that allows you to have the fullest amount of breath. Unwind. Inhale up. Exhale down. Notice the fullness of your breath. The most important thing that you can do for your spine is feed it oxygen and move it in any direction. Side bending, arching and hollowing, twisting, any combination of all of that. These movements, I hope, are accessible to you in a lot of different ways. And the majority of what we did on this today in class movement for our spine is available to you if you are sitting in a chair. Right? Chair, side bending, twisting in a chair, leaning forward, hugging the belly in, leaning back, arching it out. So I'm going to be leading these movement for your spine classes every Thursday morning, weather permitting, which it was this morning. I think I'm going to probably move the platform off of the off of the Facebook, because not everybody is Facebooking, and I think that there's other platforms that can be more accessible to people. So I'm going to figure that out. I obviously will be telling you on Facebook and Instagram where I'm moving it, but I intend to keep the movement for your spine class going. Hopefully I'll move it outside and still record it for you. Each week we'll be doing different things. Today was just an introduction to some simple hopefully accessible movements for you. So feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a really fantastic day. Appreciate it.